Hello and welcome to Trial TV Live. I am the Squeegee of Justice. Thank you so much for joining us as we are picking up on a new trial today out of Washington. This is concerning two parents and their daughter, their 17-year-old daughter. So this one is going to probably bring up a lot of emotions for us. So I ask that we all remain adult. And if it becomes too much for you, I ask that you just step away because this could trigger some serious feelings among all of us. So that being said, we have Ihsan and Zahraa Ali, who on October 18th of 2024, Ihsan attacked his daughter, 17-year-old daughter. She was going to high school. And there's cell phone video, which we're going to watch in a little bit. This is scheduled to start in about a half an hour or so at the top of the hour. So there is cell phone video of witnesses. He went up to the bus stop where she was waiting to catch the bus, and he basically put her in a chokehold. So he's up for attempted second degree, attempted first degree kidnapping, attempted second degree kidnapping, second degree assault, and fourth degree assault. And as you see, there's a lot of DV associated with that. And then the mom, she's also involved with this. She was already on the property, the high school. She was told to leave the high school, but she's charged with attempted second degree, attempted first degree kidnapping, attempted second degree kidnapping, second degree assault, and second degree burglary. And you also see that there are DV associated with that as well. So, Ihsan, 44, and his wife Zahraa, 40, were arrested following an October 18th, 2024 incident involving their 17-year-old daughter outside Timberline High School in Lacey, Washington. The couple is facing multiple felony charges after alleged assaulting and attempting to kidnap their daughter near a bus stop. According to authorities, their intent was to take her overseas to force her into an arranged marriage with an older man. So this one's going to be a cultural clash of cultures, as we say, and like I said, just be respectful of each other, be respectful of the defendants, be respectful of the victim, be respectful of their culture. Although we may not agree with it or understand it, I do ask that you guys be respectful of it, and we don't want any name calling and don't let your emotions get the best of you. So, all right, Ken is with us today, saying hello. Let's see, Amoeba. Let's see, Luher. The video is very traumatic. It is. We're going to show it. We're going to show it in a second here. And yes, our internet is all of a sudden crapping out. So nothing we can do about it. Sorry, guys. Just give me a second here. Let me quit out of some programs that might be causing some issues. Okay. All right, let's see if that helps. Hopefully that will help. All right, so BLP in the house. Good to see you. Fanny Pack, you're here but sleepy. Queen Olive Ruth Ann, good to see you. Angel W, good to see you. Ruby, honk if you're lost. Yep, our reception is terrible right now. Thank you for letting us know. We are fully aware that we are having internet issues. Thank you for pointing that out. Hopefully we have solved it and situated it out. So let's get to the first video. I have a couple videos to show you guys. All right, so this first one is the cell phone footage. Let me see here. Let me get my... All right, this first one is cell phone footage from the witness. So let's check this one out. All right, hold on a second, guys. Let me just give me a moment. Just give me one moment. Okay. All right, so that's the one cell phone footage that we have. Let's see. Now I've got some more here. So this is from the bus camera, right? So that's the father attacking his daughter. All right, so then there's this one. This is from the bus. Actually, the bus had a camera. All right, so there's that. Now we're going to get into. Oops, hold on. Okay, so that's the actual incident, right? So that's the incident. Now we're going to get into the arrest. So here's the arrest.
That's the suspect or victim?
That's the guy that was hitting the ground. Hey, God bless you. Hey, yeah, thank you.
He did.
Well,
He was
hold on.
trying to kill us.
Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back now.
You guys step back. You can cross-reference my runaway call. The suspect, aggressors, going to be
Really aggressive. So they're in there. They're in the school. They ran away.
Let me get my get up. Okay, we're gonna walk to my car over here, okay? Hang on tight.
Walk forward.
Okay.
Walk forward.
So just right. So you're detained right now, okay? You understand that?
Walk forward.
Okay.
Walk forward. I want to speak with my daughter.
You're not speaking to anyone at the moment.
Just I want to speak with my daughter.
You will not speak to your daughter.
Why? This is my daughter over here. I want to let her to go take her mom to home.
Okay, well, we're investigating a criminal investigation right now.
Just let me to tell her to take her mom. Not like that. Just I tell her to go home. She will go home.
Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you?
I want to speak with my wife. Let her go. Let her
Do
go
you
home.
understand these rights I've explained to you?
Zahraa.
It's a yes or a no, okay?
Zahraa, تعال هنا.
So everything's audio, video recorded, okay?
Okay.
So do you understand these rights I've explained to you?
حنين زهراء اخذ السيارة منها وديتها يبوقوها.
I need a yes or a no, okay? Or I'm going to assume you don't
اخذ
want
السيارة
to...
منها يبوقوها. السيارة يبوقوها.
According to one of the school staff, she ran inside to the admin building and was just saying somebody was trying to hurt her. I don't know if she was talking about probably, I'm assuming, her dad. And then at some point she walks back outside with mom and sister, located them in the school parking lot, and essentially tried to confront her, and she wasn't willing to go home with them, and ends up ends up getting behind her and choking her, dragging her, trying to get her to come at that. And then at that point, the bystander here interjected and tackled Dad and got him detained on the ground, and I got here and cuffed him up. She's 17. She doesn't want to go home to the parents, but that they're the legal guardian.
Yeah.
There's no...
Yeah, but is she going to start choking her to get her home?
Yeah. There's no...
It might be...
Well, I think older sisters kind of catalyst a lot of the aggression or physical aggression in the house. I know Mott does like safe place for teenagers that are over 15. If she doesn't feel safe going home, I think older sister says older sister hit her with a broom allegedly.
Oh, really?
This summertime. Because she's like the discipline with the family, older sister. So.
Okay.
I can speak with my wife.
Not at the moment.
زهراء زهراء شيل السيارة بالسويتش مالت الثاني ترى دولة حرامية بوقوها شيل السيارة ترى دولة بوقوها شيل السيارة منا
In the car.
Hey.
Let's go. Take a seat.
السويتش هناك بعد واحد عدش ثاني لا تعال ياخذ هذا ثامن عندي let me get there.
Okay. Do you need medical attention at all, Ihsan?
No.
Do you need medical attention at all?
Let me just talk to my wife.
So, Hassan, as soon as you get you in the car,
Get in the car.
Just
and
a
we'll roll
second,
down.
just a second, sir.
take a seat though, okay?
Just a second.
Get in the car.
I'm here. Just a second.
No.
زهراء تعال هنا شوية.
You're unbuckled.
Huh?
You're unbuckled in.
Yeah.
I can do it. Come on. Do you need help with the other leg?
You guys will be fine.
No.
Okay.
It's not fine. How is this fine? How is this fine? How can you say that? How can you say that? How can you say that? Oh. أنا الدكتور جعل الهواء.
Assault,
Jai.
second DV.
طلعة. أريد الطلعة.
Assault for. Okay. Do we know? Okay. Hey, so. Okay, I'm gonna make this clear, right? So you're. I'll have her give you a call.
Yeah,
Okay.
talk with her.
So I need to take her home.
I'm not
Understood?
going
You need to go home.
I'm not going anywhere. I need to see
So
my
she can't be
daughter.
here technically. There's a trespass, right? It's not through city yet, but we're. So Timberline wants a trespass, right? So remember that? There's a restraint, anti-harassment, right?
Yeah, but the whole family's here because
Understood. But technically, I'm gonna give you some grace, right? But you need to take her home. Okay? If you guys don't go home, we're gonna arrest her too.
1 minute.
Okay, you
Hold
got-
on,
okay.
hold on.
You
Just
got-
1 minute.
Yeah.
When?
She'll be able to call you in a little bit, but right now, you guys just go home, okay?
All right, just a quick reminder, any kind of cultural or ethnic or religious slurs, we're going to delete that and we'll time you out. So we have zero tolerance for that. I know this, you may not agree with them or with this, but we're not going to tolerate ethnic or religious or cultural slurs. So just know that straight away. I'm asking you guys to be respectful. I'm asking you to be adults. If you can't, then I ask you to go somewhere else because we're not going to stand for that. We will delete your comment and we will time you out. So, Sherry, they are from Iraq. Thank you for joining us. They are from Iraq. We cannot like the act that they did. I'm not saying that, we don't have to like what he did, but if you bring in anything about the religion or their culture, that comment will be deleted and you will be timed out. So, Charmaine, welcome to Rabbit Ears. I expect us all to be able to be adults and watch this, and if you can't, then go somewhere else and then talk that. We're not going to accept that here. So again, I expect you guys to be adults. I know probably 99.9% of you will be, but I'm sure we'll have a few in here that can't abide by those rules. And if you can't, well, then I ask you to leave. Okay, let's move on to some other videos. I've got, let's see. I've got a news clip now.
According to...
Here's a news clip.
Court records, a 17-year-old victim told investigators her father had been threatening her with an honor killing after she refused to go to another country for an arranged marriage to an older man. She went to her school for help, which then led to the confrontation outside.
The dad was on his back and his daughter was on top of him and he had her in a chokehold.
Josh Wagner was driving with his family near Timberline High School on October 18th when he noticed what he thought was a group of kids fighting. But as he jumped in to break up the fight, he realized it was a man choking a teenage girl.
It was pretty angering. I didn't know what was going on, why it was happening. All the kids were screaming, yelling.
Court records state Ihsan Ali was choking his 17-year-old daughter to the point where she had lost consciousness as other students and the girl's boyfriend tried to pull her away. According to court documents, the girl's mother, Zahraa Ali, was also grabbing at the girl and choking her. Investigators say the girl's father also punched her boyfriend.
He proceeded to black out and, punch my son in the face.
Victor Barnes' son was one of the students trying to stop the confrontation and separate the girl from her parents. The girl eventually got away and ran into the school screaming, "My dad was trying to kill me," prompting a lockdown as staff blocked the girl's parents from getting to her. Barnes says the issues with the Alis have been going on for months, with one prior incident forcing them to get a temporary protection order against Zahraa Ali. And court records state she was also banned from stepping onto school property.
This isn't right. And the more we continue to allow these type of actions to take place in a society where what the climate is what it is right now, post-election, there's just no place for that type of activity nowhere.
And we reached out to DCYF to see if they are investigating this case, but we were told that child welfare records are confidential. Court records, though, do state that the victim's school helped connect her with a safe place to stay. Reporting live in Lacey tonight, Leanne Wynn, KOMO News.
So that is nice that the daughter, who we don't know her name yet, but she is in a safe space. So that's good. That's good. All right. So here's another news article. This is our last news article before we're anticipating that they're going to start at the top of the hour, which is another 10 minutes. So let's hope that they do.
The Lacey father and mother.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, here's another news article. Help us understand the situation, the backstory.
Are charged with attempted murder, attempted kidnapping, and assault, accused of trying to kill their teen daughter in what the victim described as a possible honor killing. Prosecutors say the Timberline High School student was attacked by her parents outside the school after she tried to escape the family. Her boyfriend stepped in to help during the attack, and police say he was also hurt.
Fox 13's Jennifer Dowling talked to her boyfriend's father, and she has more from Timberline High School.
Victor Barnes says that the attack happened right near this bus stop as the girl was trying to catch a ride in order to escape the abuse that she reported from her family. He says that her dad caught up with her here beneath these trees and started to choke her. They fell to the ground as other students, including his son, tried to pull him off of her.
There's dad. There's the daughter underneath dad.
Victor Barnes says this troubling video captured by witnesses and under investigation by Lacey police shows Ihsan Ali choking his teen daughter from behind, her face shoved in the dirt.
That's my son. fighting for the girl's life.
Court documents state she reported abuse by both Ihsan and her mother, Zahraa, saying she ran away to get help from her teachers and staff at Timberline, telling investigators her parents had also planned to forcefully send her to Iraq to marry an older man.
Earlier that day, she was supposed to be flown out the country. She ran to the school because she was afraid.
Barnes said her parents were looking for her, and upon seeing her, the dad rushed out of a vehicle and yelled at her in Arabic. A different student who understood their language told him to leave.
And the kid said something of the nature of, she doesn't want to go back with you, leave her alone. Dad snapped.
A witness told investigators Ihsan started hitting his daughter, and then he punched Barnes' son, who went flying onto the concrete. Then Ihsan started choking his daughter for what the witness estimated was about a minute, while multiple people tried to pry Ihsan off of her.
Her arms go limp. She's no longer moving. He starts to see her eyes just roll back and her arms sort of start flailing. And that's when he sort of sprung into action, because he didn't want to see, someone he cared about pass away.
After she was dragged out of the headlock, her mother, Zahraa, was accused of attacking her.
My son was able to just grab her and just take her away from mom.
They ran into Timberline for help.
Their mother came rushing to the school, trying to get into school, but, she got stopped by security.
Barnes feels an adult should have escorted her to the bus.
And I'm glad he was there to save her life. But I just need just a little more explanation or answers as to why were the adults so careless.
He says his son and the girl didn't deserve trauma at the hands of adults.
High school for me is a time I would never forget. It was probably some of the 4 funnest years of my life. And it's unfortunate that, he would have to experience something like this in high school.
Barnes says he also took out a restraining order on the parents, not only because he says they assaulted his son, but he says the mom kept showing up at his family's home looking for the girl prior to the assaults. Reporting in Lacey, Jennifer Dowling, Fox 13 News.
All right, so let's just, before we're expecting the live trial to kick in. Actually, let me go check my feed. We're expecting it to kick in. Well, now they're saying 15 more minutes. Nope, 5 minutes. All right. We are expecting it to kick in at the top of the hour, which is noon our time. Would be 12 o'clock. Noon our time, 9 o'clock on the West Coast. So let me just keep an eye out. We'll keep that.
2 parents face a jury
Over the attempted murder of the...
Sorry about that. Wasn't expecting that. Okay. All right. All right, so we are waiting for a feed to actually kick in. And for those that are new to this case, so this is out of Washington. This is Ihsan and Zahraa Ali are their last names. And the daughter, we don't know the daughter's name. We're not quite sure if they will tell us her name throughout the trial or not, but she's 17 years old. And you heard a lot of the backstory there. She was going out with Mr. Barnes' son there, and the mom, Zahraa, would come over to the house, trying to find her. I guess the daughter ran away maybe a couple times, but as you saw, when I first heard this, I thought that he just grabbed her and he was choking her. No, he had her like in a neck hold and a choke hold, whatever, and she was passing out. She did break free. The people got Ihsan off of her. She broke free. She ran into the school, screaming, "My dad just tried to kill me!" Right. So he's up for attempted second degree, attempted first degree kidnapping, second degree kidnapping, second degree assault, and fourth degree assault. And you see a lot of those. You have DVs associated with that. And then Zahraa, the mom, she's second degree M, first degree kidnapping, second degree assault, and second degree burglary. So the judge, as far as we know, info on this case has been kind of shady, but as far as we know, Christine Schaller will be the judge, and we'll have to revise that. We'll see as we go along. Prosecution is going to be Heather Stone and Olivia Zhu. And then we have the defense. There's Eric Keating, I guess, Keating for Ihsan. And then Zahraa has Timothy Leary, which is pretty funny for those that that know that name. That's kind of humorous that there's another Timothy Leary out there. Katrina, yes, thank God she is alive. Absolutely. Hey, LW350, how are you? Good morning. Glad you're covering this trial. Yep. Hey, John, I hope and pray both parents go to prison. Yep. Thank you for that, John. I appreciate your $5 support for the channel. And I know it's going to be a tough one. I mean, they we always talk about clear-cut villains. I mean, he's definitely a clear-cut villain. I just don't want you guys to get, don't get on them because of their culture or their ethnicity. I just don't get on them for that. That's all. We can not like them, we can dislike them, but just don't bring in their culture or their religious leanings. That's all. That's all I ask. Bellatrix says, I think I just asked a silly question. Okay. Do you want me to not? I won't pull it up. Connor Marie, the parents and son that off the daughters and housekeeper in Canada. Oh, I missed that one. Happy Hermit says there was a similar case in Houston. I missed that one. Northwest said, glad the school was her safe place to get help. Absolutely. Yeah, at least she had that. Evil Queen, this has happened several times in the United States. They can't deal with our culture correctly. Yeah, I mean, I would suspect that it is definitely a clash of cultures, and there are other cultures that are very possessive and a dowry, for the girl being married off to somebody else, but to take it to this extreme is definitely is going to be like, wow, Katie says it's going to be hard to defend this when there's video of them attacking her. Absolutely, I agree. I want to know what their defense is going to be other than a First Amendment, their right for free speech to practice their religion. I don't know. I really have no idea. Olda says, we may not be able to avoid culture and religious leanings, though, but we can speak without using racist and derogatory language. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if they were Catholic, Jewish, it doesn't matter. Muslim, I don't care. I just don't want you guys to bring in, you just don't need to talk trash about them. That's all. That's all. Capri, good morning to you. Good to see you. Heartless Soul says this is actually common. I study this. You study this a little? Yeah. I hope what I just commented was okay. Let's see. Depends on sect of Muslims. My in-laws are Muslim, Eastern Europe, totally different. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's fine. You're not putting anybody down. You're not saying a racial slur. So that's all. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. All right, we have a feed. Let me get us over here. All right, we do have a feed. And okay. I'm going to put myself over here today. I'll put myself over here. Wink. There. All right. Cover that up. And we'll do that. All right. Hey, Janet, good to see you. Is Kerviel with us? Where's Kerviel? There you are. Good to see you, Kerviel. Chris says the judge won't let them mention the arranged marriage. We're going to keep that out. Practicing one's religion doesn't overrule the laws of the land. I would have to agree with that. Yeah, I mean, there are basic rules of, you're right. Even freedom of speech. I mean, and freedom to practice your religion. There are basic rules you have to abide by. I mean, if we are going to live in some sort of civilized society, we can't say, oh, well, it's my religion to do this, or oh, it's my culture to do that. That's all well and good, but we have to draw a line, right? There has to be a line drawn somewhere, or else we're just going to have people deleting each other. It's going to get out of control. So there has to be some sort of some sort of basic understanding of you cannot do this. You cannot do this. So, Heartless Soul, thumbs up on 2 devices since I've got one on pause and watching the other. Cool, thank you. Here, I'm gonna need to move this over here. Put this over here now. Another trial will open that door. Not quite sure, Lily Wayne, what you mean by that. Joanne, Jedi Platypus. Yeah, right. Melissa says, why would the judge keep out about arranged marriage? That's an instigator. I assume she was rebelling. Yeah. Yeah, no, she didn't want to go. She didn't want to go back to Iraq. She didn't want to go back to marry. I have no idea how old the guy is. I don't know. I don't know if he's in his 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s. I have no idea. Happy Hermit says, how can defense argue religion when jury is being denied motive? Yeah, I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see. Drunky the Bear, good morning to you. Hope you're doing well and you had a good weekend. Rona says, do we know if they were legal or illegal? Don't know for sure. Probably going to go with illegal, but do not know for sure. I can, let me see if I can find something. I haven't heard anything that they were here illegally, so I'm going to go with probably they were legal, but let me see. Sorry for the typing. So let me see if I can find. Okay, here we go.
We are present on 24-1-130234 and 24-1-132534. State versus Ali. Ms. Stone and Ms. Zoe are present on behalf of the state. Mr. Kading is present with Mr. Ali, representing Mr. Ali, and Mr. Leary is present with Mrs. Ali and representing Mrs. Ali. We are before the court on a continuation of trial. My understanding is that we have a new and or different interpreter this morning, and therefore I need to swear that interpreter in. If she would come forward, please. Up to the podium. Good morning. And do you have an oath on file with the Administrative Office of the Courts in Washington?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will make a true interpretation to Mr. Ali and Mrs. Ali of all things said in court, translating them to a language which they understand, and that you would repeat back any statements that they have for the court, translating them to English to the best of your ability?
I do.
And will you please state your name and credentials?
Sure. For the record, my name is Christine Fatouche, Fattouche, certified Arabic language interpreter.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Ms. Stone, any preliminary issues from the state this morning?
No, Your Honor, not from the state. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kading, any preliminary issues this morning?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Kading, do you intend to give an opening statement this morning, or do you intend to reserve?
I will give one, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. O'Leary, any preliminary issues this morning?
Good morning, Your Honor. No.
And do you intend to give an opening statement or reserve?
I intend to give one.
Thank you. Thank you. Please bring in the jury. Please be seated. Good morning, members of the jury, and welcome back. As I told you on Thursday, what we are starting with this morning, we'll start with opening statements. So if this time, if you would please give your attention to Ms. Zoe as she makes an opening statement on behalf of the plaintiff, the state of Washington.
Get off of her. Let go of her. Somebody call the cops. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, those were some of the frantic words from numerous Timberline High School students as they watched the defendant, Ihsan Ali, put his 17-year-old daughter, Fatima Ali, in a headlock at the inner city transit bus stop in front of Timberline High School. Those were the same frantic words from the same set of students as they watched Mr. Ali compress Fatima's neck until her eyes rolled into the back of her head, until her face turned pale, and until she lost consciousness. And those were the same frantic words from the same set of students as they watched the defendant, Zahraa Ali, who arrived at the bus stop scene later on, and rather than help her daughter, Mrs. Ali also put her hands and arms around her daughter's neck and compressed and squeezed until somebody was finally able to pull Fatima to safety. During the course of this trial for the next few weeks, you will hear from those students, and they will tell you the following. They will tell you that on October 18th of 2024, the students were going to the IT bus stop in front of Timberline High School after school let out for the day shortly after 2 p.m. They will tell you that when they got to the bus stop, they saw Fatima there, and they also saw her boyfriend, Isaiah, there. The students will tell you that as they were at the bus stop minding their own business and waiting for the bus to show up, Fatima's father arrived. And shortly after his arrival, an argument ensued between Mr. Ali and his daughter, Fatima. The students will tell you that during the course of that argument, Isaiah tried to help Fatima. And as a result of that, Mr. Ali punched Isaiah in the face. You will hear that Mr. Ali punched Isaiah so hard that it caused Isaiah.
Not sure what happened to the feed, but looks like oh, awesome. Oh, cell phone video edited to protect the identity of the minor witness. Okay. So we're not going to, I guess they're not going to show that. Nope, now they're having technical issues. All right, hang in there, guys. At least it's not us this time. Well, at least they're telling us that they're having technical issues. All right. Well, we'll just have to hang here until they... Let me see if I can find another feed. I don't think there's another feed out there, but let's see if there's one. This is the court feed, so chances are kind of is what it is. You know, we get what we get. Let's see. Yep, I think there's only one stream in town, unfortunately, you guys. Nobody else is covering it. So we just gotta hang tight.
Happening when Mr. Wack got out of his truck and then proceeded to help Mr. Denicola and the students. And finally, they were able to get Mr. Ali to release his grip from Fatima's neck. You will also hear that during that struggle, Mrs. Ali also showed up to the bus stop scene. And you will hear testimony from witnesses that rather than helping her daughter in that situation, Mrs. Ali also proceeded to wrap her arm around Fatima's neck and was compressing her neck, causing Fatima to have difficulty to breathe until somebody was able to pull Fatima to safety. Another witness you will hear from is Fatima herself. And during the trial, she will tell you many things. She will tell you about the relationship she had with her parents. And she will also tell you that in the early morning hours of October 18th of 2024, Fatima decided to run away from home. And she's going to tell you the reason why she ran away from home. Fatima will tell you that later that day, she went to Timberline High School, the school that she used to attend, and she spoke with her former counselor. Fatima will also tell you that her plan was to board the inner city transit bus so she can go to Haven House, which is a youth residential shelter. Fatima will tell you that after she got to the bus stop, she saw that her father also arrived at the bus stop. After her father arrived at the bus stop, Mr. Ali started to yell at Fatima to try to get her to go home with him. Fatima will tell you that she told her dad that she didn't want to go home at that time. And she will also tell you that a struggle ensued, and when Isaiah, her boyfriend, tried to help her, Mr. Ali punched Isaiah in the face. Fatima will tell you that after Mr. Ali punched Isaiah in the face, he then proceeded to grab her and wrap his arm around her neck. She will tell you that after that, things became a little bit blurry and a little bit hazy for her, and she doesn't remember much about what happened after her father put his arms around her neck because she eventually lost consciousness. Fatima will tell you that when she came to, she saw that her mother was also on the ground with her, and rather than helping her, her mother at one point also wrapped her arms around Fatima's neck, which caused Fatima to have difficulty breathing. Fatima will tell you that at some point, somebody was able to pull her up from the ground, and after that, she and Isaiah ran into the Timberline High School building to seek safety and shelter. Another set of witnesses you will hear from are the school employees, and they will tell you about a no trespass order that was issued against Mrs. Ali, prohibiting her from being inside Timberline High School. They will also tell you about a no contact order that was issued prohibiting Mrs. Ali from having any contact with Isaiah, from having any contact with Isaiah's place of residence, and from having any contact with his school, which was Timberline High School. The school employees will tell you that on October 18th of 2024, a little bit after when school let out at approximately 2 p.m., a frantic and scared Fatima and Isaiah ran into the front office area. And they will tell you that when Fatima ran inside, she was screaming, "My dad tried to kill me." The school employees will tell you that shortly after Fatima and Isaiah ran into the building, Zahraa Ali also ran into the building. The employees will tell you that knowing that Zahraa could not be there, they tried to get Zahraa to leave. Eventually, after Zahraa left the school building, the school employees placed the school on lockdown for the safety of the students. Another set of witnesses you will hear from are the law enforcement officers from the Lacey Police Department, and they will tell you about the investigation that they conducted in this case. They will tell you about the individuals that they interviewed, and they will also tell you about the video footage of the bus stop incident that they received and collected as part of this case. You will in fact get to see the videos for yourself during the course of this trial. And finally, another set of witnesses you will hear from are the medical professionals from Providence. And they will tell you about the effects of strangulation on the human body. They will also tell you about the injuries that they observed on Fatima. You will hear that Fatima had abrasions, she had bruising, and she also had petechia on her neck and on her face. And the medical professionals will also tell you that due to what happened at the bus stop, Fatima was also diagnosed with a condition called pneumomedium sinum, which is in essence when air leaks out of your lungs into other parts of your body. And the medical professionals will tell you that due to what happened at the bus stop, Fatima ended up being admitted to the hospital for several days. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, there will be lots of evidence that will be presented during this trial. You will see lots of photos and you will see many videos. I also ask that you pay close attention to the testimony of the witnesses from the witness stand, because what you will not get when you go back to deliberate is that you will not get their taped statements, you will not get medical records that were in this case, and you will not get the police reports in this case. So I ask that you pay close attention to the testimony of witnesses. And then at the end of this trial, my co-counsel, Heather Stone, will come back before you and deliver her closing arguments. And at the end, we ask that you return a verdict of guilty on all charges against both Mr. Ihsan Ali and Mrs. Zahraa Ali. Thank you.
Thank you. Members of the jury, if you will now please give your full attention to Mr. Kading as he makes opening statement on behalf of defendant Mr. Ali.
Hey, good morning. A couple of things. This case is about October 18th of 2024. October 18th, 2024 was not a day like any other day. You're going to hear from witnesses about what happened that day. And I'm going to tell you the day started early, about 4 a.m. You're going to hear Fatima say that she left her house. She ran away from home. She didn't tell anybody. She had never said anything about leaving home. She knew for a fact she was going to be traveling later that day. She didn't talk to her parents about what was happening in terms of her not wanting to go. She didn't make any complaints to them. She just got up early and left the house. Her parents, concerned when they woke up, they called the police and made a report that she had run away. They went out and looked for her. They talked to the police throughout the day. You're going to hear from Officer Hang, who's going to say, yeah, he talked to them throughout the day. They were never told one thing about where she was that day. You're going to hear she was at Timberline High School for most of the day. You're going to hear that she had told people she had run away. But you're also going to hear they never relayed that information to the parents. You're going to hear that Mr. Ali went to the school to look for her. You're going to hear that he was sitting in his car waiting after school to see if he could see her come out. And you're going to see that he saw her. What you're also going to hear is from Isaiah Williams. Isaiah Williams saw Mr. Ali's truck before Mr. Ali saw him. And he said to his friend, when he saw him sitting there, before anything had happened, he said, be ready. It's an unusual statement, but that's what he said. You're going to hear that Mr. Ali had a conversation with his daughter about coming home. He was not yelling, not out of anger at that point. And you're going to hear that Isaiah and Fatima started struggling. Isaiah inserted himself into the situation. He got between mother and daughter. He was going to be, as a 16-year-old kid, the person making decisions apparently in this case. You're going to hear him testify that he was punched. But you're going to watch video in this case. And it's very important, the video in this case, because this incident was captured on video in its entirety. People are going to testify to different things, but I want you to be careful about what they say versus what you see. They're different, and you're going to see that. I'm going to ask you to take careful notes of what people say, and I'm going to ask you to carefully watch the videos that are going to come up here. And I'm going to ask you to compare them. You're going to see that credibility is an issue in this case. People don't always remember what's going on. Fortunately, for Mr. Ali and his wife in this case, it's on video. People relayed to the police what they said happened. It's different than what's on the video. So I want you to pay close attention to everything. Next thing we're going to talk about is the medical in this case. You've heard that Fatima had some abrasions, some petechias, those sort of injuries. And you're also going to hear about this pneumomediastinum. Okay? This condition is when you have air in your cavity of your chest. And it happens in different ways. And you're going to hear two main ways it happens. One is puncture injuries. In this case, there was no puncture injury. The other way that it happens is if you have blunt force trauma, the most common way, likely what happened in this case. Blunt force trauma, as was explained, and the doctors will tell you, causes this injury because if you hold your breath and then you hit the ground, your lungs are like a balloon. And if you hit the ground, sometimes that balloon will pop. So if you hold your breath, it's going to pop. If your mouth was open when you hit the ground, it's not likely to cause any problems because the air will just expel out your mouth. The other thing you're going to note in this case is pseudomediastinum is not a life-threatening injury. You're going to be told that it's a condition that you can get and it needs to be monitored for some time and see if it resolves. You're going to hear the doctors tell you that by 8:43 a.m. the next morning they did a chest x-ray of Fatima and the condition had resolved. It was not life-threatening. It was not something they monitored after that point. There was no evidence of it occurring other than for one incident. Likely blunt force trauma, which you'll see in the video, could have been caused in numerous ways. One of them falling to the ground, which is interesting because you're going to see in the video that they didn't really fall to the ground. You're going to see that Isaiah Williams attacked Mr. Ali. Him and Fatima were knocked to the ground after hitting a tree. Knocked to the ground where punching and kicking occurred. You're going to see 42 punches, 3 kicks to the head, all done by Isaiah Williams and his friends to Mr. Ali. So, what I'm going to tell you is, I want you to pay close attention. I want you to listen to the evidence. I want you to weigh the evidence. And I want you to compare what people say to what you see. There's going to be a lot of issues that come up in this case that you'll hear. I'm not going to lay everything out for you now, but you'll know when it happens that if you're taking notes, you're paying attention, you're going to see at the end of this case that Mr. Ali is not guilty of the crimes he's charged with. The state is not going to be able to prove to you what's happened. That's their obligation. So pay attention, take notes. At the end of the case, we're going to come back and sum things up. We're going to ask you to find Mr. Ali not guilty.
Thank you. Members of the jury, if you will now please give your full attention to Mr. Larry as he makes opening statement on behalf of defendant Mrs. Ali.
Thank you, Counsel. Good morning.
When asked what happened with her mom on October 18, 2024, the incident outside of Timberline High School captured on the bus video, Fatima Ali, 17, will tell you, I don't think that my mom was trying to hurt me. I think that she was trying to protect me from the chaos. She appeared worried. She appeared scared. She was worried for me. There is one word that you will hear likely throughout the testimony of these witnesses, one observation that you will probably attach to this incident when you watch the video, and that is chaos. Absolute and utter chaos on a small patch of land next to the bus stop outside of the high school. Now, fortunately, in 2024 and 2025, you are not going to have to rely exclusively on the testimony of teenagers and adults trying to describe for you what they saw in that chaotic moment, what they were focused on, what they happened to see, what they believed they saw. Because in addition to their testimony and their personal observations, you will have the opportunity to compare, contrast, and analyze numerous videos. We are fortunate that the transit bus was pulling up for its stop to pick up its kids on its normal run of the day. And being 2024, that bus was outfitted with approximately 8 cameras, front, back, right side, left side, inside. Now, there are certain cameras that are more valuable to this analysis, certainly the front-facing one, because the bus driver, who you're going to likely hear from first today, will tell you what he saw, how he stopped the bus, and he will walk you through what that camera shows and what we can see. Now, video doesn't capture everything. We all know that. But it provides a baseline. It tells us timing. It tells us who is visible when people arrive on the scene. Now, we are focused on October 18th. That day began at 4 o'clock in the morning. See, my client had a trip planned to travel with her daughter and her younger sons. What my client didn't know is that her 17-year-old daughter did not want to travel with her mom. Despite the decision to simply abandon this trip, she never communicated to her mom. She never communicated to her dad, hey, do I really have to go? I don't know that I really want to go. Can we do something else? Are there alternatives? Instead, she ran away, 4 o'clock in the morning. Didn't have a large amount of money on her, didn't leave a note, didn't tell her parents where she was going, what her plans were, or who she intended to be with. Understandably, Mom and Dad were worried. Their response is they drove around Olympia looking for her. Fatima will tell you that throughout the day, on various occasions, she could see her dad's truck, and before he noticed her, she would hide, get out of view. At the end of the day, or towards the late afternoon, there's the incident at the bus stop. She sees her dad approaching. She lets Isaiah know. Isaiah will tell you that he told his friends, there's her dad, get ready. It's not exactly clear what they're getting ready for, but that is what is said. Now, the state got up an opening, and this will be, throughout trial. We have different perspectives, different takes, different things that get focused on. The state said that there would be testimony that Mr. Ali ran up angry and was upset and yelling. You'll also hear Fatima describe her dad. That he walked up, he was talking in a quiet voice. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't screaming. There's the confrontation, and you will see that the bus video captures it, not from the outset, but very close to the outset. You will see the actions of Mr. Ali, Isaiah, his friends, the people standing by, their daughter. You see the bus driver stop. He gets out, attempts to intervene. You will then see the passersby who then stop, attempt to intervene, separate, and hold Mr. Ali on the ground. Around this time, you will then see my client, her mom, come and attempt to help her daughter. Now, we have the video from the bus. There's additional cell phone videos that you will see. You will see her. She is holding onto her daughter. She's not holding onto her neck. Fatima describes her mom as saying, my daughter, my daughter. You will see Fatima's eyes wide. She is just gathering her wits after this whole chaos and melee when she is under her dad. Her dad is being punched and kicked repeatedly while on top of her. She's in the arms of her mom. Isaiah is attempting to remove her from the scene, hold her away from her mom, and eventually they run into the school. I don't believe that my mom intended to harm me. She was just trying to get me away from the chaos. She looked worried. She was simply saying, my daughter, my daughter. So, what does my client do? She leaves her husband behind. She runs into the school. Where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? Ladies and gentlemen, that is the accusations against my client. For what she did, attempting to hold her daughter, in the state's eyes, is the allegation of attempted murder. It is that act that is the allegation of assault in the second degree and unlawfully imprisoning her 17-year-old daughter. My client is charged with burglary in the second degree for going into the school to try to find her daughter. Finally, she is charged with a violation of a protection order that she had been served 2 days before that said that she could not have contact with Isaiah, her daughter's boyfriend. You will hear from the officer who served her that order. You may or may not see the video of that interaction. As you probably surmised, my client is not an English speaker. She is served with an order that says that she is to stay away from Isaiah Williams. The officer tells her you can't have contact with him, you can't reach out to him. The order and all of its peculiarities is written in English. My client doesn't read English, she speaks Arabic. She knows some English. The purpose for being there that day was not to have contact with Isaiah, it was to locate her daughter. This case, there's no winners. I appreciate you taking the time and the service to be here and to listen intently. And I'm confident, particularly with the benefit of the video and listening to the witnesses, you'll reach a just decision and conclude that my client is not guilty of the allegations alleged by the state of Washington. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. The state may call its first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls John Denicola.
Come forward, please. You come up here. Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be true and correct?
I do.
Please be seated. Ms. Stone, you may inquire when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, Mr. Denicola.
Good morning.
Can you please state your name and spell your last name for the record?
Yes, my name is John Denicola. Last name is spelled D as in David, E-N-I-C-O-L-A.
And Mr. Denicola, are you employed?
Yes, I am.
How so?
I work with Inner City Transit. I was formerly a coach operator. I'm now a transit ambassador.
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
I was formerly a coach operator, bus driver.
What's a coach operator?
That's a bus driver.
Oh, okay.
I operate the buses.
Okay.
And now I'm a transit ambassador.
You said a transit ambassador?
Yes, it's
Okay.
a new program.
And did you have a normal route that you drove when you were the coach operator?
Yes, I did.
What was that?
That would have been the Route 68.
And what about in October of 2024? Were you driving that same route at that time?
Yes, I was.
Where does Route 68 go?
Route 68 departs from Lacey Transit Center on Golf Club and 6th, and it goes down Carpenter Road and then down Mullen Road to Ruddle Road and heads over to the mall, Capitol Mall.
Okay, so based on that Route 68, are you familiar with the area of Timberline High School located at 6120 Mullen Road Southeast?
Yes, I am.
Is that in Lacey, Washington?
Yes, it is.
And were you in or around that area on October 18th, 2024, shortly after 2 p.m.?
Yes, I was.
And what shift were you working in October of 2024?
The shift I was working, well, I actually worked from about 8:40 in the morning till 5:30 in the afternoon.
And were you working that normal shift on October 18th, 2024, then just after 2 p.m.?
Yes, I was.
Did anything of significance occur in that area that you observed on that date and time during your shift?
Yes, it did.
And whereabouts was this event occurring?
At the transit bus stop right outside of Timberline High School.
Okay. And what is the activity like at that bus stop? You said it's a transit stop, so it's not a school bus stop. So who are your clientele, so to speak?
Right. It's just a regular bus stop on the side of the road, and when I come through there, usually I'm supposed to get there right about 2 o'clock-ish, 2:05, and whenever I pull up to this, I always pick up high school students and an occasional adult or two.
Okay. So is it busier than, say, during the week versus on the weekend?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So as you're pulling up to that stop, Mr. Denicola, what do you initially see? What do you initially observe?
As I was approaching the stop, I noticed there was a commotion going on right at the bus stop itself. It looked like a fight going on.
Okay. And did you see who was involved in that fight, whether they were adults or children or something else?
Initially, I thought it was just teenagers being rowdy, but as I got closer to the stop, I noticed there was actually a grown man fighting with some teenage students.
Okay. And when you say a grown man, what does that mean to you, like approximate age-wise?
I'd say approximately probably 40s, early 40s, late 30s.
Okay. And when you say fighting with students, what specifically did you see, or what does that mean to you?
They were throwing punches at each other.
Okay. And did you see him do anything other than throw a punch at someone?
Yes, Holt actually grabbed this female student.
And when you say grabbed her, what do you mean by that?
He grabbed her by the front, spun her around, and then put a chokehold on her.
And what happened next?
They fell to the ground, and he held her. A couple of other students came running over, and they were hitting him, trying to get him to stop.
And where are you when this is occurring?
I was in my driver's seat. I had just fully stopped at the bus stop.
Okay. Well, did you do anything or have any immediate response while you're still in the bus?
Yes, I did. As soon as I noticed the fight going on, I noticed he was an adult. I started honking the horn in hopes of getting his attention and possibly getting him to stop.
Was that successful?
It was not successful.
So what happened next?
So I secured my bus by putting in neutral, engaging the emergency brake, and I went out there and confronted the man while he was on the ground holding the female student. And I told him, let her go. And I believe I said it probably 2 or 3 times, let her go.
And how did you say that?
I yelled it. I said, let her go, let her go.
And did he?
He did not.
So what happened next?
When he wouldn't let her go, I bent over, I reached, and I released his grasp. He was not letting go. I had to forcefully remove his grasp from her. When she was free, somebody grabbed her.
I'm going to have you pause. That's okay. I'm going to have you pause for a second. And when you say you were releasing his grasp, what do you mean by that? What does that mean to you?
Well, as he was holding her, he was clutching his arm, and he was choking her. I noticed her eyes rolling into the back of her head. So what I did is I grabbed his hand and I pulled it off. Was able to spread his arms apart, and that's when she got free.
Okay. Why were you telling the man to let her go?
Because obviously she was in distress. Her eyes were rolling into the back of the head. She can tell she was not able to breathe. The look on his face and the way he was squeezing, he was choking her.
And was there anyone else there besides you, the young woman, and the man that you've described?
There were several students around. Once I released his grip from her, another gentleman did come running across, and I believe he kneeled on the adult's chest. But I really, the whole time I was mainly focused on him and the female student.
Okay. Do you remember if there were any other adult women in the area?
That caught my eye, and that was mainly because she had her phone out and she was recording, and the male student that he originally had punched away slapped the phone out of her hand and said, "You don't even know what's going on here."
Okay.
Objection, as figures.
Mr. Denicola.
Instruct the jury to disregard.
I've sustained the objection. The jury will disregard the very last portion of the witness's answer related to what someone said.
Mr. Denicola, if I specifically ask you to relay a statement, then do so. But if I don't, do not. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Mr. Denicola, when you saw, or you and the crowd, so to speak, were able to get the young female released from the adult male, where was that young male, if you recall, the initial male that got punched?
He was standing at her feet from when she was laying down.
Okay. And where did the young female go, if you saw, after she was removed or released from the older male that had been choking her?
She was moved over about 5 feet away from where the adult male was laying.
And was she standing up on the ground? Do you remember?
Yeah, she was still on the ground, and somebody was holding her.
Okay. And when you talked about the adult female with the phone, and were there any other adult females present?
The person holding her on the ground appeared to be an adult female.
Okay. Can you describe how either the woman holding her on the ground appeared or the woman with the phone appeared?
I cannot describe the woman on the ground because I really didn't focus on her. But the one standing up that was holding the phone, she was wearing, I don't know how to describe it. It's when they wear the black, like the Muslims wear. I'm not sure what it's called though.
Okay, so like a headscarf or a head covering
Right,
of some
exactly, and covering. I believe it was covering her face as well.
sort? Okay. And when the adult male, the other adult male came over, and I know we're using adult male and adult female a lot. Do you know any of these individuals?
I do not personally.
The male that came over and assisted by holding down the man who was choking the younger female, did you see where he came from?
He came out of this a pickup truck that pulled into the turning lane, to that turn lane that goes into the high school parking lot.
Okay. What did you do once that male came and I think you used the phrase was kneeling on the 40-year-old or man in his 40s on the ground? Where did you go or what did you do next?
I stood up, and the other students that were around the area kept yelling, "Call the police, call the police." So I pulled out my phone, but a student that was standing pretty close to me, I can hear the 911 operator saying the police are on their way. So I just looked, and the female, I thought she was fine, and the male was being detained. So I went back to my bus so I can get the bus out of the way for the first responders to get in.
And when you say you thought the young female was fine, did you ask her any questions? Did you look at her or have any time, I would say, significant time or attention paid to her?
Yes, when I looked over towards her, she was looking at the younger male student. She was looking right at him, whispering something, because it was whispering, it was kind of raspy, so I couldn't make out what she was saying to the young male. And then somebody was holding her, I believe, holding her around her waist. So I wasn't 100% sure what she was saying, but
Did you pay significant attention to it?
I did.
And about how long did you look at that before getting up to leave?
Probably about 15 to 20 seconds, approximately.
And what about the male that had been on the ground during all of this? Was he saying or doing anything while he was choking the female?
No, he did not say a word.
And this may sound like an obvious question, but how could you tell what he was doing was actually choking the female?
It's the position of his arm, the way it was around her neck, and you can see the tension in his hands, and also the reaction from the young female. She wasn't able to say anything. You can tell she could not breathe, and just by the fact that her eyes started to go into the back of her head was telling me that she was being choked.
And what was that male's demeanor? Meaning, was he awake and conscious? Was he talking? How did he appear to you in terms of his physical demeanor?
I don't recall him saying anything, but his eyes were wide open, and he was focused at this task at hand. He was focused on what he was doing and nothing else.
What about the strikes that you've described from the teens that were standing around? Were those effective in any way?
Not really, actually. The punches that the young adult was swinging did not have very much of an effect on the adult male.
Do you want to make a approach?
You may.
Mr. Denicola, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibits 1 through 4. I'm going to ask you to look at those silently to yourself for a moment, please, sir, and then look up at me when you're done. Mr. Denicola, do you recognize what I've handed you?
Yes, I do.
What are those, sir?
These are aerial photos of the area around Timberline High School.
And do those appear to be a true and accurate representation of that area as it appeared to you on October 18th of 2024?
Yes, it is.
Your Honor, at this time, the state moves to admit State's Exhibits 1 through 4.
Any objection, Mr. Kading?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Larry?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Exhibits 1 through 4 shall be admitted.
Your Honor, permission to publish.
You may publish.
I'll take those back from Mr. Thank you. And Mr. Denicola, can you just orient us, please, to, we'll give that a moment to...
Can you indicate what exhibit you're publishing, please?
Yes, Your Honor. State's Exhibit 1. Give it a second to autofocus. There it goes. And actually, there it goes. May I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm going to give you a pointer. That button is the cursor up top. You have to hold it for a second before it connects. You see?
Okay, thank you.
Some button to circle. Mr. Denicola, we're looking at State's Exhibit 1. Can you please describe to the jury the area that we're looking at?
Yes. Okay. So right over here, this is the Timberline High School.
And so just for the record, Mr. Denicola, remember that everything we're doing is written in a record. So I would ask you to describe on the photograph itself where you're pointing. So you identified a building about upper center of that photograph, is that correct?
That is correct. upper center, and then about on the bottom center of the photograph is our transit stop, and you can see it by the little bus symbol there,
Okay.
and that's Mullen Road.
And that's Mullen Road there?
Yes.
Is Mullen Road one-way, two-way? What kind of road is Mullen Road?
Mullen Road is a two-way street, 2 lanes, one lane in each direction.
Are there turn lanes associated with Mullen Road?
There is. Let me get this over here. There's a turn lane right by the bus stop here at the lower center.
Okay.
And it's a left turn lane to get into the parking lot.
Thank you. Looking at State's Exhibit 2, and what are we looking at here, sir?
This is a closer zoomed in photo of aerial view of the Timberline High School area, with the bus stop now at the lower left-hand corner of the screen.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 3, what are we looking at in this photograph, sir?
It's a wider photo of the same area at Timberline High School with the bus stop now right in the center of the screen, showing that both lanes of Mullen Road and a parking lot that is right across the street was showing on the bottom left corner of the screen.
Okay. And then State's Exhibit 4.
And this is a much closer shot of the bus stop itself in front of the Timberline High School, which is shown kind of left center of the bottom screen here with Mullen Road on the side as well.
And Mr. Denicola, when you stopped your bus, where did you stop and park that bus at compared to this photograph?
The bus will pull up, and right over here we have the bus stop sign. We call that a lollipop because there's no bench or no shelter. So the front bumper of the bus would usually stop right about here,
Okay.
which is on the bottom left-hand screen, just left of the little bus symbol.
And the incident that you have described to the jury, where on this photograph did you observe those events taking place?
When I first approached, the commotion was happening right next to our I call the lollipop, the bus stop itself, the bus stop sign, which is right here at the lower left part of the screen is where it all started, where I came in and saw it. I mean,
Did it stay in that location or did it move?
it did not. As the fight progressed, it actually moved back further west on Mullen, just about 10 to 15 feet away from my bus stop sign.
Do you recall where about you made contact with that group once you exited your bus?
Yes, it was right about there, about 10 to 15 feet away from the bus stop sign itself.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Denicola, do you recall what I know you've described the teenagers at the scene as throwing strikes, throwing punches while the man was choking the young female. Do you recall what their demeanors were at the time?
The teenagers?
Yes.
They were excitable. They were screaming, so they appeared to be scared.
When you described the young female as being in the arms of the older female, did you see exactly where her arms were on her?
Not exactly, because again, I really didn't focus that much on her.
I know you indicated that you had moved your bus for law enforcement to be able to come in. Did you see law enforcement or hear law enforcement arrive?
Yes, I did. Just before I departed the stop, I could hear sirens faintly in the distance. And as I drove away and I approached, got closer to Ruddle Road, so between the high school itself and the cemetery is where I saw a Lacey police car coming down eastbound on Mullen Road.
Okay, and how long would you say total you were on scene of this incident or at the bus stop before getting back into the bus and restarting your route?
It felt like a few minutes. I really wouldn't be able to say exactly how long.
Okay. And what did you do upon getting back in your bus? What happened next?
When I got on the bus, I told these kids that were right outside the bus, okay, come on, let's go. The police are on their way. And I made sure all the kids that got on the bus, and I shut my doors and I drove off.
Okay, at any point did you make a report into law enforcement or your agency?
Yes, I did. As I drove away, and I was trying to make sense in my mind as what's going on, I did request a call back from my dispatch so I can report what had happened.
Okay. And did you make a report to your dispatch about what happened?
Yes, I did. I made a report over our radio, two-way radio, and informed them what I had witnessed and what I had done.
Did you finish your route that day then?
I did not finish my route.
Why not?
Another supervisor, we call them the road supervisors, they're out on the road driving around, called me on the bus. He asked me to wait for him once I arrived at Tumwater Square. When I got to Tumwater Square and I waited for him, when he arrived, he asked me how was I doing. I told him I was okay. He asked if I could finish my route. I said I should be able to. He said, no, your voice is shaking, your adrenaline's pumping, I don't think you should finish this route. So they brought a relief out there for me, and he drove me back to the shop, and I had to write a report as to what happened, and then they let me go home.
Okay. How long have you been driving buses for IT?
13 years.
Are you aware whether those buses have any video surveillance or cameras associated with them?
Yes, they do.
And where are those cameras located, if you know?
We have about 6 cameras inside the bus recording all the activities going on, and then I believe we have about 4 of them on the outside of the bus.
And when you say on the outside, where are the ones on the outside pointed or directed?
We have 2 up front that are, one's pointed out in front, seeing the road and everything in front of the bus. The other one that's up front is pointed at the driver itself. And then we have 2 one on each side that sees everything going on the sides of the buses.
And how does that camera record? Meaning, is that something that is manually operated by you? Is it something that just runs whether the vehicle is on or off, or something else?
The cameras are continuously running while the bus is running. When we first start them up in the morning, it takes about 3 minutes before the hard drive warms up, and then the cameras come live, and they will stay on for the entire shift, as long as the bus is continuously running.
What about when you turn the bus off?
When the bus turns off, the cameras stay on for about another 2 hours after the bus is turned off.
And where is that bus footage recorded or maintained?
The recordings on the bus, actually, there's a hard drive on the bus where it's recorded onto the hard drive itself, and that's where they stay.
So if you want to access that footage, do you have to access it from the bus directly, or is there another means for gathering it?
They can pull the hard drive off of the bus, but if the bus is still in service, they can remotely upload the footage.
And when you say they, who is they?
That would be our, we have supervisors that are responsible for pulling videos for any sort of an event, and they have the technology up at the office, and they can just tap right into the bus, and it just uploads the videos.
What is the purpose of having cameras on the bus?
They're mainly for safety reasons.
Safety for who?
For passengers and for the driver.
if that footage is pulled or it's accessed, how does one get a copy of that footage?
In order to get a copy of any kind of footage on any of our buses, you have to submit what's called a public records request. And you can just go online to innercitytransit.com and you can fill out the request there.
And so if that footage is pulled, do you know how long it's stored or maintained for?
If footage is pulled because of an event or if it's been requested, they keep them for, I believe it's 3 years. They will keep them.
Do you have any ability to edit or modify that camera footage in any way?
No, I do not.
Would you know how to do that if that was an option to you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Have you ever had to review camera footage from your bus before?
Yes, I have.
About how often?
I'd probably review footage about 3 to 4 times a year.
And in those instances, did that footage appear to be true and accurate reflection of those events as you recalled them occurring?
Yes.
Is there anything about your prior interactions with the bus's video system that would make you doubt the accuracy of that footage or that it had been manipulated in any way?
No.
On October 18th, 2024, was the bus you were driving equipped with the camera system you've described previously?
Yes, it was.
And was that camera system recording and operating in the same fashion that you've previously described?
Yes, it was.
And are you aware whether your bus's video surveillance system captured any footage of the incident in this case about which you've been testifying?
Yes, it did.
And have you had an opportunity to review that footage prior to your testimony today?
Yes, I have.
And based on your review of that footage, did it appear to you to be a true and accurate reflection of the events or a portion of the events as they appeared to you as they occurred on October 18th of 2024?
Yes.
You may. Mr. Denicola, I'm going to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 34. Ask you to review that silently to yourself and then look up at me when you're done, please. Do you recognize what I've handed you there, sir?
Yes, I do.
What is that?
There's a thumb drive that has the video showing all shots from the camera footage from that day of the event.
And how do you know that's what that is?
Because after I viewed it, I initialed and dated the tag on the thumb drive.
And when and where did you have an opportunity to review that thumb drive specifically prior to today to confirm the contents of it?
I reviewed it this past Saturday on July 12th back in the prosecutor's office.
And based on your review of State's Exhibit 34, did that appear to you to be a true and accurate copy of footage of your bus's video cameras capturing those events from October 18th of 2024?
Yes, it was.
Your Honor, this time the state would move to admit and publish State's Exhibit 34.
Any objection, Mr. Keating?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Larry?
No, Your Honor.
34 shall be admitted. You may publish.
Okay, Mr. Denicola, I'm going to start first with all of these views. I'm going to ask you to orient the jury to what they're looking at on State's Exhibit 34. Can you explain kind of what the video setup looks like here, please, sir?
Yes.
So just orient the jury if you don't mind. What are we looking at in terms of that setup?
On the setup is all the camera angles that are on our buses. On the upper left-hand corner is the camera that's right above the driver's seat. Right next to that is the front portion of the passenger seating area. Next to that one is the rear area. Then we have the rear exit door. The one behind that one, that is a side of that's the curb side of the bus camera. The bottom left corner is showing the rear of the bus seating area. The one next to that is our street side camera. Next to that one is again another angle of the rear seating area of a bus. Then second to last we have the angle showing the driver's side window, and the last one is the front camera, front view.
Okay, so if we're working our way through these camera systems, at the very top of the screen, is there a navigation pane?
Yes, there is.
Okay, and if I click down on that navigation pane, what does that do?
That'll show all the different camera angles that you can choose.
So if you wanted to see, for example, just one camera angle, is it fair to say you would click off all of the other views?
That is correct.
Okay, and then if you wanted to watch only two camera angles, you would just have those two playing and click off any other views that you didn't want to see.
That is correct.
Okay. And at the very bottom, what are we looking at the navigation pane on the bottom underneath each of those camera views?
Those are the timestamps.
Okay, what about above the timestamp first?
Above the timestamp.
So if you have the arrows going in multiple directions, what are those?
Those are the play button, reverse button, and pause buttons.
Okay, and underneath of that, do you have the ability to watch something in normal speed, a slower speed, or a faster speed?
Yes, you do. Right underneath the buttons, there's another drop-down arrow where you have the option of choosing the speed that you want it to play at.
Okay, so if you clicked on that, you could see those. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And the front audio button here, what is that?
That's telling you which speaker that you're listening to at that time. And at this time, it's clicked onto the front audio.
Okay, and you talked about the date timestamp at the bottom. Is that this white block here?
Yes, it is.
And what about this green block and the green bar running across the bottom? What are we looking at there?
That's the timeline. It follows the video as it's playing, so it lets you know exactly what time you're watching the video at.
Okay. So if we click on the road view specifically, what view is that?
That one is the front of the bus, facing outward in the direction that the bus is traveling.
Okay. So if I double click on that, it gets big, correct?
That is correct.
Do these all, as I unclick those buttons to watch the front view, or the road view, excuse me, are all of those cameras running simultaneously? Meaning, are they all the contemporaneous views, so they're synced with each other?
Yes, they are. They all run at the same time.
Okay. So Mr. Denicola, I'm going to play State's Exhibit 34, the road view, and is that identified in this upper left-hand corner here of the video?
Yes, it is.
Is that the same for each of those videos?
That it is.
Okay. And then I have some questions to ask you after this is done, okay?
Yes.
And I'm playing it in normal speed, is that correct?
Yes.
Timberline High School.
Yeah, they're on their way.
All right, Mr. Denicola, I'm stopping the video at 2:16. Maybe. There it goes, 2:16:11. Is that where you've driven away from the events that occurred?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Does the video go on to just capture more of your drive?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Mr. Denicola, what view now is, I'm going to ask to reshow 34, please. What view are we looking at now?
That's the curbside camera on the bus.
And so that the side that pulls up to the stop itself?
Yes, it is.
I'm sorry, whoever is playing something needs to step outside the courtroom immediately, please.
Mr. Denicola, this starts at what time is on the date timestamp? Starting from the beginning of the video, but what time is that?
It's 2:12 and 52 seconds.
And is that the same with all of the videos for the time start?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And I started playing that as well. stopping at 21603. Mr. Denicola, do you recognize anyone in any of those views that we've watched so far?
Yeah.
Who do you recognize?
See my reflective vest, high visibility vest that we have to wear, so you can see that. And I'm the only one on the bus that was wearing one. So that's how I can tell that was me.
Who else do you recognize, if anyone?
I also recognized the gentleman that was holding him down.
Okay. We're going to watch a couple more, and then I've got some more questions for you. Okay?
Actually, Ms. Stone, I think it's about time for us to take our morning recess. Members of the jury, in just a moment, the bailiffs are going to come forward and lead you back to the jury room. Our morning recess will be approximately 15 minutes. Thank you very much for your time and attention this morning. Please remember all of the instructions I've previously given you. You can just stay right here.
All right. While they are on a break, we will recap what we've heard so far. So state's opening statements. Get off of her. Sorry about that. Let's see. All right. So recap. So state opening statement. Get off of her. Leave her alone. Someone call the cops. They talk about compressed her neck until her eyes rolled back. So this was the father, right? This was the father doing a chokehold on the daughter. We heard the daughter's name, so Fatima. Fatima was her name, and then Zahra, the mom, also grabbed her neck. So this happened October 18th. Then she talks about Isaiah. He got punched in the face. Isaiah is the boyfriend of Fatima. Talk about Zahra grabbed her arm put her arm around Fatima's neck. So in the early morning hours, Fatima decided to run away from home. When she came to, she said her mom had her arm wrapped around her neck as well. Someone pulled her up, and Isaiah and her ran into the school. So this is where she's screaming, "My dad just tried to kill me." The school had no trespassing on the mother, Zahra. She also had a no contact with Isaiah. But as soon as Zahra ran into the building, the employees knew that she was trespassing, so the school went into lockdown. And then Fatima's air leaks out of her lungs and into other parts of her body. She was admitted into hospital for several days. Now the defense, so there's two defense openings. One was for Iran. How do you, hold on a sec, let me pull up his name. Ihsan, that's what it is, Ihsan. So it auto-corrected me. I know it wasn't Iran, Ihsan. So, Ihsan. Okay, so Ihsan went first, right? So his defense went first. So they're kind of victim blaming. They're saying, I have name withhold, but we can obviously change that because now we know Fatima. She was saying Fatima, not Fatima. Fatima didn't talk to the parents about her leaving. Parents were concerned, so they called law enforcement. The parents were talking to law enforcement throughout the day. Fatima told people she had run away. So Isaiah saw Ihsan first. Ihsan, not Ihsan. Ihsan first. My autocorrect is all wonky. They're saying, this is the defense. Don't forget, this is the defense saying it. Isaiah inserted himself in between parents and daughter. Like, again, this defense is like, it's boggling my mind that they're saying, so if somebody's trying to delete somebody, you're not allowed to step in? I mean, isn't that you would actually be held accountable if you didn't step in and help somebody? I'm at a loss for this defense so far. They said, okay, be careful what witnesses say versus what you see. So they're going to say the witnesses are saying all this stuff, but then look at, you can see for your own eyes. So, then he says, the defense said, 8:43 a.m. the next day, Fatima's condition resolved and it wasn't life-threatening. So I guess it's okay to get choked out, end up in the hospital for a couple days. But because it wasn't life-threatening, it's all cool. I don't get that. All right, so then Zahraa's her defense opening was, look at what witnesses say versus what you will see. So again, they're going with that. The daughter didn't want to travel with mom. She never communicated this to her parents. She never said, can we do something else? I mean, again, is it the 17-year-old's, is it her? Anyway. Instead, she ran away at 4 a.m. that morning. They drove around Olympia looking for their daughter. Fatima saw dad's truck several times, and she would hide. Look at the bus video. So they're saying Zahraa holds on to her daughter and not her neck. So she was holding on to her, not her neck. And then first up was John DeNicola. He's the bus driver. He's, the transit bus stop right outside Timberline High School. So around 2 o'clock, he picks up students there. He said he saw a commotion going on at the bus stop. He said it looked like a fight. At first, he thought it was just teenagers, but then he saw a grown man fighting with the teens. He sees them throwing punches at each other. The adult man punched a male student, and then he grabbed a female student, spun her around, and put her in a chokehold. He said they fell to the ground, and he held her. Other students came around, and they were hitting him. He was honking the horn to hopefully get him to stop. You heard the horn honking. He put the bus in park and confronted the man. He shouted, let her go, 2 or 3 times. He released his... So ultimately, Dad released the grip. He was telling him to let her go because she was in distress. Her eyes were rolling back. She couldn't breathe. He said another man came and helped. We saw that on the body cam. Another female was recording, and Ihsan, this is going around, HS. That's when Ihsan slapped the phone away. So another female teenager, probably a high school student, was recording, so he slapped her phone away. He heard people saying, "Call the police." The male was being detained, so he went on his bus. He said teenagers' demeanor was excitable. They were screaming. They appeared to be scared. He said he heard sirens, and then he saw law enforcement coming. So he made sure kids got on the bus. He shut the doors. He drove off. He requested a call back from his dispatch so that he could make a report. So ultimately, he was asked to. He did write a report. He said his voice was shaking though, so his dispatch said you should just come back to the office and then we'll take care of it from there. Like, he didn't have to go back to work. All right. All right. Agent 333, is their tradition too far different than, say, Amish tradition? Not being argumentative, just curious. I don't know. I grew up with Amish. I grew up next to an Amish farm. I know Amish much more than I know. I'm not sure what, other than being from Iraq, I don't know what sect they are. I tried to look it up and I couldn't find anything through court documents. They're reported Muslim. Their cultural background is connected to Iraq. So while the Muslim faith and Iraqi heritage are part of the family's background, the court is deliberately avoiding discussion of religion or culture as motive unless it becomes directly relevant through expert or evidentiary testimony. So I couldn't find out what sect they are. Yeah, Brooklyn, I love that, right? Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary. There's the defense is Timothy Leary. I got a kick out of that. Hey, Sharon, good to see you. Connie Marie, I hope they don't have any other children. They do. Oh, living at home. There's like sons, I think, right? And Kat's name is Karen. She took the sons, right, to Canada. I guess there's an uncle up there. I think there was an uncle, right? So she took the mom took the 2 sons. I think they're like 3 and 5, if I'm remembering correctly. Sam says they're Shia. Okay. Thank you for that, Sam. No, they are not out on bail. He was denied, right? I think he was denied bail a second time or something. Kola saying hello and thank you. Another daughter too, an older sister. We know for sure she's got the older sister because we saw her on the body cam. We're not sure of anybody. I think there's like younger brothers. I think they're younger brothers. I didn't know if there was another daughter too and older sister. Yeah. Yep. Regardless of religion and beliefs, Michael says they still have to follow U.S. law when they live in this country. Any law. I mean, any country you live in. You go in, Japan, Ireland, South, Brazil, France. You can't. There are laws that protect people, and you have to abide by them. Denny Dawn, this is definitely going to be a hard one, I think. Both are in custody, Northwest says. Kat's name is Karen. He had a $1 million. She had a $500,000. They're definitely guilty. It's now what's their punishment going to be? I don't understand what, I just don't know. Okay, so all of their charges, you guys were asking earlier about their charges. So attempted second degree, this is Ihsan. So attempted second degree attempted first degree kidnapping, second degree assault, fourth degree assault. And you can see there's a lot of DV in there. And then Zahraa has second degree first degree kidnapping, second degree assault, and then second degree burglary. So I think we have those in the description as well. So those are in the description as well. So for those that are asking earlier, there you have it. So. All right. Sorry, I'm typing, guys. Just replying to some back-end stuff. Yeah, Deborah, those charges are serious. Well, I think they're pretty much facing life. I think these are both remain in jail and could face up to life in prison for the felonies. So they could face up to life. I mean, it's serious. Domestic, Anita, I can't say it on YouTube because they might get mad at us. So domestic, and then you can fill out the rest. Yes, some people are putting it into chat. You have to be careful with certain words. You know how it goes. All right, so let me come back here. So court's on a short break. There's another feed that I want to tap into, but it goes offline. It's like Carlos. You guys remember Carlos, where it was only for that moment, then it goes offline. So I would love to switch over to this other feed. Oh, I wonder if this is them. I wonder if this is the feed. All right, I'm going to stay there for a moment. Let's see. Drunky the Bear says, not called forced marriage, but there are some groups here in the U.S. where daughters are assigned by a prophet, so it's not unheard of. We have it at 17, Janet, because this happened in October, so I have it at 17. That's all the reports that I've found was 17, but 16, 17, we're splitting hairs, but I've looked it up a couple times and I have it as 17. Nanny Goat, has openings already been done? Yes, and we were on our first witness, the bus driver. So they did openings and we're into first witness, which is the bus driver. No, I have 2 friends that had arranged marriages and they are happy. Their families agreed, though, not to make them marry someone they didn't want to, though. Okay. Hey, Hazel, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. Adriana looks like a headboard. Yeah. It's not the most, well, it's interesting. We'll just put it that way. Yeah, I'm on their local news, Jojo. That's where I'm at, and they're saying we'll be right back. So they showed the first clip, and then they got rid of it. That's what happened with Carlos, but then they made it private. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on. This happened with Carlos Dominguez, where they would only show the clip, and once there was a break, they'd leave and they'd kill the feed. So I am on the local channel and just waiting for them. They're saying they'll be right back. So I want to trust them. I'd rather trust them than this other channel. So let's go back to here. Let's go here. Let's go back here. And I'm hoping that this other channel kicks in. Because right now they're just saying they'll be right back. All right. Joanne, Jedi Platypus. I had an arranged marriage. I arranged it myself. Nice. What's up, Zach? How are you? I thought LDS was a nonprofit organization. Nice. Zach always has the great one-liners. Hello, Hazel. Good to see you. Oh, is Angela with us as well? Angelo. There's Yarn Work. Good to see you. There's Angela. Thank you for being with us today. Yes, Fatima was 17. The boyfriend, Isaiah, right? Isaiah was 16. That is correct. Thank you, Jojo, for that. They didn't blur out the kids in the video, so they won't show them on the court feed. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's see who's going to come back first. All right, Cynthia, we'll catch up later. Had errands to run. Looks like such an interesting case. It really is. Northwest says, my county treasurer still uses safe with dynamite marks from a robbery attempt. Very old school. Wow. Oh, Zach, it's raining again? Jeez. That's just crazy. Oh, can you see your girl for a minute? Sure. Super Ball. Yo. Hey. Hi. Oh, she did cruise by. Come here. Come here. Say hello. Everybody wants you to say hello. Come on. Hi. Oh, hi. All right. Super Ball does her cruise by. I thought the dad was the lawyer. Is that him on the end? Yona asks. He's got the earphone in because he needs a translation. All right, I'm looking at this other feed, and they're. All right, I'll get it. I'll get it sorted out soon enough, guys. I mean, we do have the feed, which we're not. If I can find a better feed, I'll use that one. But I just want to get used to this local channel before I see what their deal is. That was Super Ball. That was Super Ball. This is Super Ball. You gonna say hello? Hi. Super Ball. This is her little carrier. She's got her little toys. So that's Super Ball. We also have Rafa. We also have Polly. Polly had 4 kittens, and they're 5 weeks old now. And then we also have a black cat that just adopted us, and she's probably about 2 months old. So we went from having 1 cat to 3 cats to 7 cats, and now we have an 8th cat. It's getting out of control. Yes, Kitty is Super Ball. Dwayne and Northwest say. Oop. All right. As she walks by again. Yeah, we've had the, okay, here they're back in, coming back on.
Please bring in the jury. Please be seated. Members of the jury, we're going to continue with direct examination. Ms. Stone, you may continue.
Thank you, Your
Okay, Mr. Giannicola, when we left off, we had just pulled up the roadside view and indicated the start time for all of these videos was 2:12:52. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
And I'm hitting start or play on the roadside. And when we say roadside, maybe it's obvious this is just the other side of the bus from the curbside. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Timberline High School.
Let's go. Yeah, they're on their way.
Are you stupid?
Okay, I'm stopping the video at 2:16. 08. Mr. Denicola, which video view is now shown on State's Exhibit 34?
That's the front left camera.
Okay. And moving that back to the beginning, to 12:52, and playing that from the beginning.
Timberline High School.
Let's go. Yeah, they're on their way.
Are you stupid?
And I stopped that video, the front left view at 2:16:02. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Denicola, to this point, we've seen the initial roadside view. Is that fair to say?
That is correct.
And we've also seen some views of people coming and going from other camera views. Is that an accurate statement?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Did you know any of those individuals
No.
in this event?
No, I did not.
And what view is this, Mr. Danicola?
That's the view from the camera right above the driver's seat.
Okay. Still States Exhibit 34, correct?
Yes.
And starting that video at 2:12:52 from this front door view.
Approaching Timberline High School.
Yeah, they're on their way.
Okay, stopping that video at 2:15:58. Is that correct, Mr. Danicola?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Mr. Danicola, may I approach, Your Honor?
You may.
Mr. Danicola, I'm going to show you what's been marked as States Exhibits 5 through 33. I'm going to ask you to look at those silently to yourself and then look up at me when you're done, okay?
Yes.
So I just want to take a quick moment and welcome in all the RAers. Thank you.
Mr. Denicola, do you recognize what I've handed you in States Exhibits 5 through 33?
Yes, I do.
And what are those, sir?
These are still photos from the videos that we just watched.
And do those appear to be a true and accurate representation of still photos from that video?
Yes, they are.
And Your Honor, at this time, the state would move to admit States Exhibits 5 through 33.
Mr. Kading, any objection?
No objection.
Mr. O'Leary? Exhibits 5 through 33 shall be admitted.
Thank you. May I retrieve those, Your Honor?
You may.
Your permission to publish?
You may.
Mr. Denicola, starting with States Exhibit 5. And we'll give it a second to autofocus. There it goes. What are we looking at in States Exhibit 5? Go down a little bit. What is this, sir?
That's the transit bus stop in front of Timberline High School.
Okay, do you still have the
Oh, yes.
pointer? Yes, thank you. So can you orient us in terms of the stop itself, what we're looking at up close? Earlier you had talked about from the aerial view. What are we looking at up close here?
Up close, you can see this is the actual stop that we call a lollipop.
Okay.
And then several students in the area. And then right around over here, you can see that fight that's going on.
And the witness is referring to the right quarter of the exhibit.
Thank you, Your Honor. And about center of the page, is that center of that right-hand side of the exhibit? Is that right, Mr. Denicola?
That is correct.
Okay. Mr. Denicola, this maybe it's not an obvious question. You've seen fights at bus stops before. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Have you gotten out to intervene, for lack of a better word, as you did here?
No.
Why did you do here?
Because it was apparent that this was an adult male fighting with students.
Was that different to you?
Yes, it was.
Showing you States Exhibit 6. What are we looking at here?
In the same spot at the lower right center of the screen here is the fight that's going on, the adult male and a teenage male as well.
Okay. And is the female there in that photo as well?
Yes, right to the left of the adult male.
Okay. And is that the female that he's holding on to, or is that a different student to the left in the, I would say, tan pants, so to speak?
I believe that's the female that he ends up grabbing.
Okay. What view is this?
This is, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Where would the view be in terms of date time stamp if somebody was looking at it?
You're looking at it from the front camera, and then the date timestamp going off the upper left-hand corner. You can see that's from October 18, 2024, 2:13 and 19 seconds.
Okay, and you've got the cursor on the right-hand side, but you're looking at the left-hand side. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and when you say the front camera, do you mean the road camera? Is that the specific
Yes.
title?
That's the front road camera. Well, it's a road camera.
Okay. States Exhibit 7. What are we looking at in States Exhibit 7?
Again, we're looking at the road camera timestamp of October 18th, 2024 at 2:13 and 20 seconds.
And where is that fight happening in this photograph?
The fight is happening about 10 feet away from our Lollipop bus stop. It's right here on the lower right-hand side of the screen.
And so throughout this, you've referred to, in your descriptions, an adult male, a young female, and another young male. Do you see those three individuals depicted in this screenshot?
Yes, I do.
Can you identify, please, where you're talking about the adult male, the young male, and the young female?
Right here is the adult male, and then these are the two young males. And then I believe this is the female over here. They're center of the screen. Right side of the screen.
Mr. Denicola, let me ask you a different question then.
Yes.
States Exhibit 8. What are we looking at in State's Exhibit 8?
Looking at the road camera, October 18th, 2024, 2:13 and 21 seconds. It's a closer view. We can see the adult male right here, and he's fighting with the teenage student.
Is there a student on the ground?
Yes, there is. Just to the left of the other student that's still standing in front of the adult male.
And the witness is referring to the right bottom corner of the exhibit.
Thank you, Your Honor. State's Exhibit 9. What is depicted in State's Exhibit 9?
That's timestamp October 18th, 2024. Time is 2:13 and 22 seconds. And we have at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen here, you have the adult male that just punched a teenage boy.
And is there a student on the ground?
You can barely see him, but yes, right behind the teenage boy.
State's Exhibit 10. And what's happening in State's Exhibit 10?
Again, it's the road camera, 10/18/2024 at 2:13 and 23 seconds. It's the adult male is actually heading towards the other student, and it's at the bottom right-hand corner of the screen.
Okay. State's Exhibit 11.
October 18th, 2024, 2:13 and 23 seconds. Again, the bottom right-hand center of the screen is the adult male reaching for the female student.
Okay, so just to be clear, Mr. Denicola, earlier you indicated
Yes.
you thought the female student was wearing the khaki pants.
That is
Do you
correct.
see the khaki pants student in this photograph also?
Yes, I do. I see him standing over by the tree, over at the right-hand center of the screen.
So for clarification, the khaki pants student is not the female.
That is correct.
And in this State's Exhibit, 11, what are the hands of the adult male doing? Where are they located?
Right now, it looks like he was reaching for her shoulders.
Do you see the young male that you've described previously in this shot?
I do not see the male that was fighting with I don't see the teenage male that was fighting with the adult male, but I do see the other male that had the khaki pants over by the tree.
Thank you. State's Exhibit 12. What's happening in State's Exhibit 12?
It's October 18th, 2024, 2:13 and 25 seconds. Center right-hand side of the screen, the adult male is grabbing the female student.
And do you see the other young male anywhere in the shot that you've previously described or, as being struck by the adult male?
I believe that is him coming into the screen here in the bottom right-hand center of the screen.
So at 2:13 and 25 seconds on October 18th, 2024, based on this, do I understand that as you observed it and consistent with that, the adult male's arms are already on the young female and the young male is not touching them? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. State's Exhibit 13. What timestamp are we looking at here, sir?
We're looking at October 18th, 2024, 2:13 and 25 seconds.
Okay. And what are we looking at on the right-hand side of this photograph?
Let me get this cursor over there. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Right-hand side of this photograph, you see the adult male still in a tussle with the female student, and the male student actually coming up on them. And I see another student that's coming from where the tree was at, all on the right side center of the screen.
So does it appear at this point students have noticed what is happening?
Yes.
State's Exhibit 14. What timestamp are we at here?
October 18th, 2024, 2:13 and 26 seconds.
Okay. And what's happening in this photograph on the right-hand side?
The right-hand side of the screen, we have another person coming into the picture at the right center screen.
And how is the adult male appear to be holding the young female in this photograph?
At this point, he has her turned around, so he's holding her from behind.
The other students appear to be touching him at this point.
Not yet.
Thank you. State's Exhibit 15. And what timestamp are we looking at here?
October 18th, 2024, 2:13 and 45 seconds.
And what's happening in this video?
In this picture here, the adult male is down on the ground. He's holding the female in a chokehold. And we have several other students standing around.
And have you arrived, is it fair to say you've not arrived yet? I mean, the bus is present, but you have not gotten to the scene yet.
That is correct. The bus had stopped. I have not approached the scene.
State's Exhibit 16. Mr. Denicola, do you recognize anyone from this photograph?
Yes, I do.
Who do you recognize, sir?
I recognize myself right there wearing the high visibility vest.
Okay, and what else is happening in this photo?
In this photo, I'm bent over the adult male and the female student. I'm at the bottom right-hand center of the screen, and I am instructing the adult male to let the student go.
And have any of the other adults arrived on the scene yet?
At this time, it did appear that one of the adults did arrive. There was came out of this pickup truck. He was on the left center side of the screen.
Okay, let me show you State's Exhibit 17. In State's Exhibit 17, what are we looking at here, sir?
That's on October 18th, 2024. Timestamp is 2:13 and 57 seconds. At this time, I'm actually, you can't really see because the student's standing in the way, but that's when I was trying to break his grasp off of this young student. And then we have this other adult male that was coming running across the road.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 18.
That's October 18th, 2024. Timestamp is 2:14. And again, right here in the center of the screen, right side of the screen. I believe I'm still attempting to release the female student from the adult male's grasp. We have several students standing around watching.
State's Exhibit 19.
It's timestamp October 18th, 2024, 2:14 and 10 seconds. And in the same spot at the lower right-hand center of the screen. This time I'm standing up, which was right after I got the adult male to release his grip on the female student. And the spectator came running across the road. He's on the left center side of the screen.
Okay. So there is essentially another adult that has arrived, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. State's Exhibit 20. And what time is this at?
It's October 18th, 2024 at 2:14 and 52 seconds.
And have you left the scene at this point?
I have left the scene of the actual incident there, the center right-hand side of the screen, and I was headed back towards my bus.
Okay. Switching views to State's Exhibit 21. What date, timestamp, and view are we looking at on State's Exhibit 21?
This is October 18th, 2024 at 2:13 and 21 seconds.
And Mr. Denicola, what is happening here at the top, I would say top center of that photograph?
The top center of the photograph, that's a that fight that's going on between the adult male and the students.
State's Exhibit 22. Same question.
Yes, center of the screen. In the middle, it's the fight still going on between the student and the adult male.
State's Exhibit 23. Where are we looking at in the, just to the right of the upper center?
That's still the fight going on again with the male and the students, I believe.
And is the young female already down on the ground at that point? Here?
Yes.
And moving to State's Exhibit 28. Which camera view are we looking at here?
This is the curbside camera, front curbside camera.
And what date timestamp is that?
The date timestamp is October 18th, 2024 at 2:15 and 53 seconds.
And are you pulling away from the school at this point?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and have most of that, most of the students cleared out of that space, but the adults remained?
That is correct.
Okay, do you see the adult male that you've referred to as being involved in the initial altercation present?
Yes, I do. On the bottom left side of the screen here, he's on the floor. He's laying on the ground, and another male is over him, appears to be restraining him.
Okay. Is that the same male that was restraining him that you've testified about earlier?
Yes, it is.
And State's Exhibit 30. What are we looking at here?
That's timestamp October 18th, 2024 at 2:15 and 56 seconds. That's the street side of bus front camera.
And what is depicted, I would say, on the right-hand side of that photograph?
The right-hand side of the photograph, center of the screen, is a pickup truck from which the gentleman that was restraining the adult male in the fight came out of this pickup truck right here, center screen, right side of the screen.
Okay. And State's Exhibit 31. Mr. Denicola, what are we looking at here?
That's timestamp October 18th, 2024 at 2:14 and 4 seconds.
And Mr. Denicola, do you recognize the individual pictured on the left, I would say about center of the photographed left-hand side?
Yes, I do.
Who is that?
That's the gentleman that came running from across the street. I call him a spectator.
He was essentially the third male adult to come to that scene, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Mr. Denicola, based on your observations of that scene, your observations of the adult male, and your experience there, would the older man have let go of the young girl without intervention from...
Your Honor.
Sustained. Mr. Denicola, was the older man letting go of the young female without the intervention of you and the other adult male?
No, he was not.
Thank you. I have no further questions at this time.
Mr. Kading, cross-examination.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Denicola.
Good morning.
A couple of questions for you. Is it fair to say that prior to the few seconds that we saw in the video of the bus approaching that bus stop that you didn't see anything that was happening?
That is correct.
All right. I wanted to show you, one other thing. You mentioned in your testimony at some point that it was, that the older man and the female fell to the ground. You remember saying that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And you've seen the video since, correct?
Yes.
All right. And when you say fell to the ground, is that in your opinion, is that an accurate description of what you saw in the video?
From looking at the video, describing what I've seen, it appeared that he had grabbed the female and they did fall back onto the ground.
Okay. So let me show you what's been marked as Defendant's Exhibit 501. And this, as we're looking through the videos, we can stop frame by frame.
Yes.
So this video, if I may hand that to you, or excuse me, that photo, if I can have you just look at that.
Yes.
You see that photo is essentially one frame after State's Exhibit number, where did State's Exhibits go? I believe it's 14, but let me just make sure here. Yeah, I'm going to hand you, just for comparison, State's Exhibit number 14.
Okay.
Does that look to be about the next frame after?
Yes, it does.
Okay. And, Your Honor, if I could move to admit Exhibit number 501.
Any objection, Mr. Larry? Ms. Stone?
No, Your Honor.
501 shall be admitted.
And at this time, I'd move to publish, Your Honor.
You may.
Okay. Now, just so the jury knows, these do not have a date and time stamp, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. But we've identified it's in the same sequence of pictures that we looked at previously.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm looking at this exhibit, which follows in time Exhibit 14, and what I see is I see the adult male and the female still standing up, right?
Correct.
And it appears that there's the young teenager with the Nike backpack there is running right at him,
Yes.
right? And he's got his arm raised on the right side. You see that? His right arm, right there?
Right there. Yes.
Yeah. And so we'll watch the video, but in this, it looks like everybody's on their feet, right?
Yes.
Okay. And when we watch the video, I think what we're going to see is we're going to see Mr.
Objection. Counsel's testifying.
Right. Okay. Well, we'll watch the video. Sorry, Your Honor. We'll watch the video and watch what happens next. Okay. So let me grab the video. We're going to go back to State's Exhibit number 34. If everything works as planned.
And you're requesting to publish it?
Yes, if I may publish 34 again, Your Honor.
You may.
Thank you. Hang on just a minute. Let me make sure I get everything in the right order here before we start it. Let me load this up real quick. Okay. Madam Clerk, if you could. Oh, sorry. Okay, and so this is back to the video now. Sure. If you don't mind, I'm going to have to talk from over here. Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so this is the video. This is 2:13:25. Okay?
Yes.
Let's run this forward. I'm going to use a little slower time on this. Now, can you describe to us what you see? Who is in the right side of the screen there coming in? Can you see that?
Entering the screen, I see the young adult male. I mean, the young teenage male.
Right on the right side of the screen, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now let's just play this at a little slower speed. Can you tell what speed this is going at?
If you move the, yes. It's 1/4 speed,
Okay.
0.25.
Let's run this through. You stop it right there. Now we just
Can you
saw.
indicate the time that you stopped it at?
Yeah,
please?
this is 2:13:26.7, I think is what it means. Did you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay, now, as you view that, did it look to you like the adult male and the younger female fell to the ground?
It appears to me that they're starting to fall to the ground, yes.
Okay, and did you see them being approached by the young male at a rapid pace?
Yes, I do.
And did it appear he ran right into him?
It does look like he appeared to run right into the backside of him.
Okay. And do you think that might have affected their ability to stay on their feet?
Looking at the direction that the young male was running, I'm actually surprised that they didn't fall forward.
Okay. But they did fall down.
They fell backwards, yes.
And there was contact.
Yes.
All right. Now, there's a tree right there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's back it up just a little bit here. Now, watch as he approaches there before he hits them, the young man in the Nike backpack. And watch that tree in the background, if you would. I'm going to stop this at 2:13:28. Did you see that tree?
Yes, I did.
Did it look like they maybe ran into the tree?
Yes, it does.
And which may explain why they didn't fall the other direction, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now, in the state's still exhibits, there was a 19...
I'm sorry, can you indicate what time you stopped the video this second time?
2:13:28. They had showed two timestamp photos. One was exhibit 14, which was 2:13:25, and the next one was exhibit 15, was 2:13:45. Okay? I want to just watch the 19 seconds, if we can, between those two. And I'm stopping the video now at the 2:13:44 mark. Mr. Denicola, how would you describe what we saw in that scene, in that 19-second period?
What I saw during that time frame was the other students coming in and hitting the adult male.
Okay, did you see him kicking him as well?
Yes, I did.
And did you see where they were kicking him?
Yes, I did.
Where was that?
They were kicking him in the head.
And so it would seem that there was quite a bit of an attack going on there against the adult man, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I noted in your testimony you didn't mention any of that.
Right.
Okay. Were you advised not to mention that?
No.
You just chose not to?
I didn't want to, I was trying not to embellish anything, so I was just saying what I saw.
Okay. You were in the bus during this period of time?
At that point, yes, I was still in the bus.
Okay. So the same view you had of the initial few seconds was the same through this entire period we've just watched?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the kids that were riding the bus that day, are those regular bus riders?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Do you know them by name?
I do not.
Okay. But you recognize them when you see them?
Yes, I do.
Okay. After you said you got in there and got the arm to release off the young female, did you see the defendant move after that?
He rose his hands pretty much up towards his chest in a compliant manner.
Okay.
Like he was no longer resisting or was not going to put up any fight.
And so he's laying there kind of on his side, right?
At this point, yes, he is.
Okay, and he kind of stayed that way until you drove away, right?
No, I believe he was laying on his, because the other gentleman was on top of him, holding him down, that arrived on scene after I separated them. So he appeared to be pretty much on his back, holding his hands up like this, like, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Leary, cross-examination.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
How do you like your new job?
I love my new job.
Why do you love it?
Because as a transit ambassador, now I get to ride in the back of the bus with the passengers. It's pretty much customer service, making sure that passengers getting to their destinations, they know where they're going, and also a rule enforcement officer as well.
Okay. So are you doing more rule enforcement or more helping out?
It's a new program that just went live about 2 weeks ago. I've been doing mainly a lot of customer service.
Okay.
There's been a few rule enforcement issues that I had to deal with.
Is it hard to have somebody else drive it?
No, it's pretty nice.
Okay. I just have just a couple of questions for you. So you described kind of what you saw with respect to the students and the adult male, correct?
Yes.
And the female,
Yes.
correct? And you later described the arrival of two women wearing headscarves, correct?
Correct.
And the first one you saw was somebody who you described as filming.
Yes.
And then you described a second woman who was then holding the young woman that you described in this incident after being released by the adult male.
Yes.
There's a lot of descriptions without names, but is that accurate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And we had a chance to talk at the break, correct?
Yes.
And so we watched the video to see if we could see kind of the arrival of the women. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And that is visible in the video, but maybe not as clear on the big screen. Is that fair?
That is fair.
Okay. So, and we were able to kind of piece together based on the still shots, correct?
Yes.
And we kind of timed it with the individual coming out of the truck. Fair?
Yes.
Okay, so if I put up Exhibit 16.
When you done, Chris?
It's not up on the screen for some reason.
Okay. There we go. All right, so this is State's Exhibit 16, the still shot up on the camera. And we see 21354. Is that fair?
Yes, it is.
Okay. And we see the truck parked in the turn lane, correct?
That is correct.
And we can see an individual just emerging from the truck.
That is correct.
Okay. And so we know that the altercation has been going on for some time.
High visibility safety vest, yes.
High visible safety vest. Okay. All right. So taking that off of the screen, and now I'm going to show you State's Exhibit 17. And that is not straight. Let's see. There we go. And we see that is at 21357, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And then we see this individual who we're going to learn his identity later running across the street, correct?
Yes.
And you are leaning down, going hands-on at this point, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Now, the next one, so that was 57, correct? 57 seconds?
Yes.
And then the next one is 21400.
Please indicate the exhibit number that you're publishing.
Absolutely, Your Honor. So the next one is Exhibit 18. And that is at 21400, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And we can see that you are still leaning over hands-on, correct?
Yes.
And I see an individual standing with almost looks like a camouflage hat towards the back of the crowd.
Yes, right there.
And that is the individual who has run across the street, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in watching the video, we were able to determine about a second before this exhibit, 18, was the arrival of the women, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we now know prior to 21359, there's the altercation, correct?
Yes.
You arrive, correct?
Yes.
The individual comes across the street, correct?
Yes.
And then at this point moving forward, the women have arrived. Is that fair?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And just so we're clear, this is, you and I walked through this, but this is what you observed, correct?
Yes.
Both in real time and on these pictures, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And then you described on direct that the second woman who was holding this young girl after she had been freed, you described her as simply holding her around her waist.
That is correct.
And that she appeared to be fine at that point.
Yes.
Okay. So then, after your intervention and the intervention of the passerby,
yes,
this girl is freed, correct?
Correct.
He is restrained by the passerby.
Yes.
Does not appear to be resisting, correct?
That is correct.
Didn't say anything further.
No.
She's being held by her mom, or I'm sorry, she's being held by the woman, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And at this point, you know that law enforcement is on its way.
Correct.
And you then return to your coach, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you did that because it felt like the situation was over at that point, correct?
That is correct.
The individual involved in the fight was being restrained, correct?
Correct.
And there was no other assaultive behavior that you witnessed.
That is correct.
Okay. And if that wasn't the case, you would have stayed, right?
That is correct.
And you left because you felt like the situation had resolved, correct?
That is correct.
And that authorities were on their way?
Correct.
And that the situation was over?
Correct. My main objective was to get the bus out of the way so first responders can get on scene.
Okay. Okay. But if it was still, fights were still going on, if she was still in danger, you were going to stick around, right?
That is correct. If I felt that she was still in danger, I would have brought her onto my bus and shut the bus.
Okay. Is that part of your training?
That is.
Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ms. Stone, redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Denicola, Mr. Kading asked you some questions about how the female ended up on the ground. First of all, how many times did you see the female on the ground?
Just the one time.
Okay, when the bus was initially pulling up and the initial fight was breaking out, when the initial scuffle or, I can't remember if you said scuffle or struggle.
Commotion or struggle, yeah, something like that.
Okay. When that initially occurred, as the adult male was punching the young male, where was the young female?
The young female was off to the side.
Okay. And was she standing up, or was she on the ground getting off of the ground?
She was standing up.
Okay. Show you states, may I publish, Your Honor?
You may.
Show you States Exhibit 7 again, Mr. Denicola. And can you say States Exhibit 7?
State Exhibit 7.
States Exhibit 7?
States Exhibit 7.
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yes, I can.
Okay. And previously, you talked about what was happening on the right-hand side of this photograph. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And you talked about the young male that I'm pointing to on the right, I would say center right, the young female, and the adult male. Is that correct?
That is correct.
And moving to States Exhibit 8. Where is the young female in this photograph? Is she standing up or is she lying down?
She's lying down.
How did she end up on the ground based on your observations?
She must have been pushed or
Well, let's go back to States Exhibit 7. Whose hands are on her when she's going down?
The adult male's hand is on her.
Okay. And you described earlier the adult male as later grabbing her by the clothing. Is that correct?
Yes.
So let's look at States Exhibit 10. Has she gotten back up on her feet or is attempting to get back up on her feet in this photograph?
It appears that she's attempting to get back up.
Okay. And by States Exhibit 12, how would you describe what looks like the stability of her and the adult male?
It looks like he has a hold of her, and she's still crouched over. She was unable to get fully erect or stand up straight.
Sure. And when we look at States Exhibit 14, how would you describe the stability of the adult male and the young female in that photograph? or still shot?
Well, the adult male still, he appears to be stable. Can't see the young female very well here.
So previously you described, and I believe your testimony to Mr. Kading when he asked, is that they appeared to be already going down on their own. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And so other individuals may have joined that process. Is that fair to say? But is it your testimony that they were not standing up and stable then at the time that those individuals joined that?
By looking at the picture here, the still photo, you can see his knees are bent here, so no.
Thank you. And Mr. Kading asked you why you didn't talk about number of strikes or kicking. Is that actually an accurate reflection of your testimony? Or did you in fact talk about that during your testimony?
I believe I did.
Well, and was one of the questions from the state to you whether the interventions of the children were effective? And what was your answer?
Yes, that was a question, that the interventions were ineffective.
Okay. So you did in fact talk about that during your testimony, and you talked about these 19 seconds. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Did we watch those 19 seconds?
We did.
Okay. And based on your observations of the children's attempt to intervene in the choking of the young female, were their interventions effective?
No, it was not.
Mr. Leary then asked you about the location of the arms of the adult female. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And initially during your direct examination, you indicated you thought they were around her waist. Is that correct? And when I say direct examination, that means when I'm asking questions.
Right. Where the adult male's hands were?
No, where the adult female
Oh,
were.
yes. Yes, the female, yes. Was
Okay.
around her waist.
And at the end of direct examination, when I asked you, are you certain you know where her arms were, what was your answer?
I believe so.
Okay. And who was your attention on?
I was focused on the adult male and on the female's face.
Okay. And do you know what happened after you left that scene?
I heard what happened after I left that scene.
So do you know, though? Did you physically see it?
No, I did not.
Okay, thank you. I have no further questions.
Mr. Kading, any recross examination?
No.
Mr. Leary, any recross examination? May this witness be excused?
Yes, please, Your Honor.
Any objection, Mr. Kading?
No.
Mr. Leary?
No.
Sir, you are excused and you may step down. You're free to go or remain however you so desire.
Thank you.
Thank you. Call your next witness, please. You may. Please. While we're waiting for the next witness to come into the courtroom, if you would like to stand, just move around a little bit, you are welcome to do so.
Yeah, that was good testimony, I thought. Thought that was pretty good. He held his ground. He saw what he saw. He told them what they saw. Wasn't 100% a fan of them trying to, like, are you sure you saw what you saw? Let's look at, older man, female fell to the ground. Is that an accurate depiction from the video? It appeared he grabbed her and they fell to the ground. Teens were kicking him in the head too. Quite an attack going on, the adult man. So the defense is like, so it was these teens that were attacking this guy. He said, I didn't want to embellish or saying what I saw. He didn't see the other assault. He left because he thought the situation had been resolved. If he felt she was in danger, he would have brought her on the bus as part of his training.
Come up here. And please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be true and correct?
I do.
Please be seated.
Thank you.
Ms. Zoe, you may inquire when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. Please state your name and spell your last name for the record.
Yes, my name is Sopal Hing. Last name spelled Heang.
Are you currently employed?
I am.
How are you employed?
I'm employed with the City of Lacey Police Department.
Okay, and how long have you been employed with the Lacey Police Department?
Approximately 5 years.
Now, Officer Hang, what kind of training did you undergo to become a law enforcement officer?
I underwent the 720 hours of basic law enforcement academy, and that was at the Washington State Criminal Justice Training Center. And then upon being certified as a peace officer, I've been on patrol the entire career where we do annual training.
Okay. And what were some of the things that were taught during these 720 hours at the academy?
So we did criminal procedures, criminal law. There was firearms training, emergency driving or EVOC, what we know it to be. There's defense tactics, patrol tactics, crisis response, CPR, things of that nature.
And what are some of your responsibilities as a patrol officer?
Well, first priority is call for services. So as a patrol officer, any types of call that comes in, it's our responsibility. We have beats. So in Lacey, we have 3, so we're assigned a specific beat, and our responsibility is whatever call comes out is to take care of that call. In addition to that is if there's proactive policing. So when there's not call volumes or calls, it's kind of expected to kind of be proactive, so deter crime, look for suspicious activities, anything of that nature. And then on top of that, community policing. So that's just business checks, engaging with the community in a positive light.
Okay. Officer Hain, you testified a moment ago that the Lacey Police Department have 3 beats. What do you mean by beats?
It's just jurisdictional boundaries. So we have the Adam area, the Boyer, and the Charles area. It's just how it's separated within the city.
In the Adam area, which part of Lacey does that entail?
So that's from the boundaries, kind of where the train trestle off of Rainier Road. So that's kind of the south boundary up until 22nd Ave.
And what about the, I believe you said the Boyd area, which part of Lacey does that entail?
So that's kind of more central towards the police station. So from 22nd Ave southeast up until 15th Ave northeast, or kind of by North Thurston High School.
Okay, and what about the Charlie district? Which area of Lacey does that entail?
That'll be Hawks Prairie area. So kind of a lot of the newer development, a lot of the warehouses that are out there.
Okay. And as a patrol officer, when you're on duty, are you assigned to a specific area, or do you patrol all within the city limits of Lacey?
We are assigned. It doesn't mean that you cannot, you can assist as needed in the other beats or jurisdiction, but we are assigned a specific jurisdiction area.
Okay. And were you working on October 18th of 2024?
I was.
And were you working as a patrol officer on that day?
I was.
And which jurisdiction of Lacey were you assigned to?
That I was the Adam car.
Okay. And what, if anything, and let me ask you a different question. What was your shift that day?
I was working day shift patrol.
Okay. And what are the hours for day shift?
So it starts at 6:30 a.m. and it ends at 5:10 p.m.
Okay. And what, if anything, occurred at approximately 14:15 hours or 2:15 p.m. That day?
So we received a disturbance call at Timberline High School.
And when you say we, who are you referring to?
I guess the Lacey Police Department, specifically in the Adam area.
Okay. And did you yourself respond to the call?
I did.
Okay. And What, if anything, did you initially observe when you arrived at the scene at 2:20 p.m.?
As I approached, so there was a circle of individuals, but as I approached, there was one subject, male subject, that had another male subject pinned on the ground.
Okay. And the male subject that was pinned on the ground, were you able to ascertain his identity at some point?
I was.
And what was his name?
Ihsan Ali.
Okay. And prior to you having contact with Mr. Ali in front of the bus stop, did you have contact with Mr. Ali earlier that day?
I did.
Okay, and what was the purpose of that contact?
Prior that day, I had gone to his residence as he had reported his daughter as a runaway.
Okay, and what was the name of his daughter? And on October 18th of 2024, were you the first law enforcement officer to arrive at the bus stop scene?
I was.
Okay.
And Ms. Zoe, I know we just got started, but it's noon, and so we are going to take our break. Members of the jury, thank you so much for your time and attention this morning. We will be on break or recess until 1:30 this afternoon. The bailiff will tell you when they request you be back here so that they can have you in the jury room and bring you back in at 1:30. Please remember all of my instructions. The bailiffs would come forward and lead the jury back.
No, Your Honor, not from the state. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Kading?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Larry? I have one question. Obviously, we have the current witness. Does the state have other witnesses planned for this afternoon? And can you indicate who will be doing the examination, please?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, so as you guys may know, we usually play music at lunch break, but for now, because we're going to reboot, right? We're just going to reboot. So we're going to go offline. We're going to go offline for about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll come back on. And I want to show the videos that they're not showing because they're blurring them. So I'm gonna just take a quick break. Aaron has set up a redirect, so I will be back in just a little bit. But for now, I'm going to we'll come here. All right. So for now, I'm going to end this stream, and we will see you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you to our mods. Thank you to the RA raid. Really appreciate that. Thank you to Erin, who does all the background stuff. She's gonna reboot our system, and hopefully that will give us a better feed. So join us in 15 or 20 minutes. And I'll show the videos that they're not showing, and we will see you guys then. All right, see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.